Late at night, the sky over Chicago shimmered like glass, but beneath that stillness, unseen currents of data pulsed through the air. The city slept, yet in one building, the hum of servers replaced the rhythm of breathing. Artificial intelligence was awake. Inside that digital heartbeat, millions of strands of human DNA, the biological code of life, were being read, analyzed, and transformed into patterns of prediction. Somewhere between biology and mathematics, a machine was learning how to see disease before it appeared. And at the center of this bold experiment stood one name: Tempus AI. The company's founder, Eric Lefkofsky, was not a scientist by training, but a serial entrepreneur. He made his fortune in e-commerce, mastering the mechanics of human behavior through algorithms. But when a member of his family was diagnosed with cancer, Lefkofsky's world changed. He saw the inefficiency and opacity of modern medicine. Doctors relying on limited data, treatment decisions based on averages rather than individuals. He came to believe that the future of medicine would depend not on intuition, but on computation. So in 2015, he founded Tempus AI, a company designed to merge artificial intelligence with molecular biology, turning vast medical records into predictive models of disease. His vision was clear: data could become the most powerful medicine of all. Tempus's business model was unlike any other in healthcare. Hospitals treat patients, pharmaceutical companies develop drugs. But Tempus sought to do something different, to own and organize the world's medical data itself. Every genetic test, every tumor biopsy, every clinical note became fuel for an expanding AI infrastructure. The company's goal was to create what Lefkofsky called a data operating system for precision medicine, a platform where algorithms could match the right patient to the right therapy at the right time. This approach, known as precision medicine, stood in stark contrast to the one-size-fits-all treatments of traditional healthcare. Instead of asking what works for most people, it asked, what works for you? In June 2024, Tempus went public on the NASDAQ. The IPO was one of the most anticipated biotech listings of the year. On June 13th, the company priced its shares at $37 each, and the next day, trading began with a surge of investor enthusiasm. Headlines hailed it as the dawn of the AI revolution in medicine. Yet just days later, optimism gave way to unease. Tempus reported annual revenue of approximately $690 million, a growth rate exceeding 30% year over year. But buried in the same report was a net loss of over $740 million, a loss nearly as large as its revenue. Under normal circumstances, when a company scales at that speed, its losses shrink as fixed costs are spread across higher sales. But Tempus defied that logic. Growth and loss were rising in tandem, as if one fed the other. Investors were left asking, how can a company so advanced in technology be losing money faster than it makes it? The answer lay in Tempus's invisible engine: its data. Collecting, curating, and labeling clinical and genomic information at this scale is enormously expensive. Hospitals charged licensing fees. Genetic sequencing costs remained high. Skilled bioinformaticians and AI engineers demanded top salaries. Every patient's record added to the treasure trove, but also to the burn rate. In effect, Tempus was buying the raw material for future profits: data. The catch was that those profits could be years, even decades away. Still, the company pressed forward. In February 2025, Tempus acquired Ambry Genetics, a pioneer in hereditary cancer testing. In August, it purchased Paige, a leader in digital pathology, whose massive library of digitized tissue slides became the missing piece in Tempus's multimodal AI strategy. That same year, the company achieved a string of regulatory milestones. In July, its AI-powered imaging analysis tool, Tempus Pixel Lung, received FDA clearance. In September, its RNA-based diagnostic kit, XR-IVD, followed. Around the same time, Northwestern Medicine integrated Tempus's David, a generative AI assistant, into its electronic health record system, marking the first time a large hospital network allowed an AI to assist in real-time clinical decisions. By any rational measure, these developments should have sent the stock soaring. Yet the market barely moved. Normally, regulatory approvals and acquisitions of this magnitude trigger buying frenzies. But in Tempus's case, investors remained cautious. This silence was telling. The market had begun to suspect that Tempus's breakthroughs, while impressive, might not yet translate into sustainable revenue. Investors wondered whether the company's innovations were scientific milestones or simply expensive experiments. Then came April 2025, and with it, the next enigma. Tempus announced a multi-year partnership with AstraZeneca and Pathos to develop a multimodal oncology foundation model, a kind of GPT for cancer research. The deal was reportedly worth $200 million, but no one knew the terms. Typically, such partnerships disclose at least partial details, revenue recognition, licensing rights, or payment milestones, to reassure investors. Tempus, however, revealed nothing. This lack of transparency was unusual, even by Silicon Valley standards. Analysts speculated that Tempus might not be merely a vendor but a co-owner of the resulting AI model, giving it potential royalties down the line. If true, this was not a data services deal at all, but a quiet bet on intellectual property that could reshape the company's future valuation. But without official confirmation, the truth remained hidden. Thus emerged the second great mystery surrounding Tempus AI, and then a legal storm. Soon after going public, Guardant Health, one of Tempus's fiercest competitors, filed a lawsuit accusing it of patent infringement over key genetic testing technology. In most cases, a newly listed company under such scrutiny would issue an immediate statement, defend its technology, and reassure investors. Tempus did the opposite. It stayed silent. That silence, too, was unusual. It could have meant supreme confidence, or it could have meant internal uncertainty. Either way, the lack of communication left a void that the market filled with speculation. This was the third mystery. What was Tempus not saying, and why? Meanwhile, the company's database continued to expand at a breathtaking rate. Hundreds of hospitals and pharmaceutical partners contributed data, and the collection soon exceeded tens of millions of patient records. Each dataset improved the precision of its AI predictions, but also deepened the financial paradox. Revenue kept rising. Losses did not shrink. It was as if Tempus had become a research institution masquerading as a business. Its model prioritized scale over profit, data over dividends. Such a strategy could eventually pay off, but it carried a built-in risk. Medical data ages quickly. As diagnostic standards and therapies evolve, yesterday's data can become tomorrow's obsolete archive. If Tempus took too long to commercialize its treasure trove, its data might lose value before the market was ready to pay for it. This was the fourth and perhaps the most existential mystery. Could a company built on time itself run out of time? Yet paradoxically, it is precisely this uncertainty that gives Tempus its allure. Its true asset is not its technology, it is its timeline. When the global healthcare system finally transitions to fully AI-driven precision medicine, Tempus will stand at the center of that transformation, holding the most comprehensive data set in the industry. The question is not whether that future will come, but when. And until that day arrives, investors live in the liminal space between faith and fear. Even now, the servers inside Tempus's data centers hum without pause. Streams of genetic sequences, radiology scans, and clinical notes continue to flow in. The algorithms continue to learn. The data remains silent. Yet within that silence reside both the fragility of human life and the restless ambition of capital. The technology has advanced beyond imagination, but the path to profitability remains shrouded in uncertainty. Tempus's heart still beats, its rhythm echoing through the corridors of science and finance alike, a reminder that even the future of medicine must answer to the laws of the market. The Valuester channel invites all of you to share in this exploration. If there's a listed, unlisted, or pre-IPO stock or crypto project you find intriguing, leave it in the comments below. Your insights and tips might lead to our next investigation. And to our dedicated listeners, those who watch, subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos, thank you. Your engagement keeps this channel alive and pushes us to deliver deeper, sharper, and more revealing stories about the mysteries that shape our financial world. This was Valuester.